Yo, what's up boys? Misk here. Early morning here in Tokyo, about 6:40 in the morning. I'm walking towards a climbing gym. I want to see what the hype is all about. Now, before I get started with talking about how you can trade one strategy, have one approach, I want to take a moment and talk about how I don't think I'm the best at reading price action. I don't think I'm the best trader. I don't think I have the best market analysis in the world, or I'm still learning and forward testing and making a lot of human mistakes. And that goes to show that we're focusing on the wrong things. You don't really need to know how to properly read price action to the T and whatnot. It's all about having mindset and perspective. And I'm going to share some insights with you. So let's get started. Now, if you want my exact trading plan, I'll put a picture right here, and there's also a link in the description so you could go over it thoroughly. I am a firm believer that every strategy works, be it trend lines, support and resistance, supply and demand, ICT, price action, whatever. But in order for these strategies to work, you need to have a proper trading methodology. To have a proper trading methodology, you need three things. Number one, you need to have a risk management plan. Mine, for example, on funded accounts, I'm risking $250 to make 500. I'm always aiming for a 2-to-1. Now, I highly encourage you that you always go for a fixed amount of RR because it's going to give you less variability and more consistent results. The second thing that you need is a proper and thorough entry checklist. Now, as simple as you can have it, the better. The simpler, the better. The least you can get confused, the better. The more easy you can replicate, the better. So don't overwhelm yourself with having multiple different confluences. Oh, I'm waiting for order flow. I'm waiting for the ICT pattern, IFVG, blah, blah, blah. You're waiting for all these things instead of just putting the fries in the bag and execute. And the third thing that you need is to have proper psychology, proper faith and belief in your system. Now, Misk, how do you achieve that faith and perspective? And the secret to that comes down to repetition. Obviously, you're not going to have belief in your system the first week that you're trading it, the first week that you're forward testing it. It's going to take probably hundreds upon hundreds of trades to build that self-belief. So knowing this fact that it's going to take thousands of trades to properly have good self-belief in your system, then it should be much easier to submit to the wave of time because you need time in the markets. So how counterintuitive does it sound to not wait for your entry model, not wait another day to survive for your strategy to play out? You need months, probably years in the charts. So I want to invite you to slow down. These are my stats from one 50K funded account that I've been trading since February. It's actually more than one account, but I'm only showing you one because it doesn't really matter. If you can replicate the same methodology, trading methodology across all your accounts, you've made it. Currently sitting at around a 46 to 47% win rate, which in my opinion is not the best stats. They could be better, but the discipline and consistency are undeniable because I understand math. I understand probability. Probably know me by the road to glory journey, road to $1 million in funding, which I've already achieved thanks to God. But it didn't start like this. If you go back to my live streams on YouTube, you'll see where I'm at in the process. You could just go to a random live stream and find exactly where I'm at. But the reality is, all I had was self-belief. I never doubted that the unicorn was eventually going to pay me. I never had a doubt in mind. I needed to have that thing to shoot for, which is 1 million in funding. Now, the calendar that I just showed you was my 4th attempt to submitting to a strategy. Your first couple of attempts to submitting towards a strategy are going to be uncomfortable. You're probably not even gonna know how to properly execute. You're probably going to have some back-to-back losses and you don't know how to act or how to feel. You probably still have the feelings of, oh, I wanna revenge trade this, and like it's hard to walk away from a loss when you're already in drawdown, which is perfectly valid and perfectly normal. Again, you need to accumulate a lot of info, a lot of data, a lot of days in the charts, a lot of weeks, months, years. And that's exactly how my first few attempts went. They were extremely uncomfortable. I was definitely unsure if this was going to work out eventually. I was definitely actively saying, oh, after losses, back-to-back losses, I want to change strategies, I want to do this, I want to do that. But I never took action upon my words because deep down, I knew eventually if I just kept trying, this would work out, and it did. So the third attempt, the one before this one, which I'm currently like 6-7 months in, hundreds of trades, a lot of data backed up. But the one before this was probably my best run. It was a 5-6 week run where I documented all of my trades. I was still making a lot of human errors and still I came out on top. But all it took was one Friday to lose my mind, lose my mental, to blow all my fucking progress. And I told myself, this is the last time that I'm doing this. And it definitely was the last time because that loss, that breaking point really teared me up inside. I just hindered weeks of progress due to being greedy one day. Weeks of progress of following the strategy, following the unicorn, and that really did a number in my soul and in my brain. I just told myself I couldn't take this anymore. I need to be disciplined. That last attempt was all I needed to see to believe that it actually worked. It gave me the tools and resources that I needed for this fourth attempt. There's this thing called the law of accumulation. Everything you do matters, everything. The first attempt, the second, the third, the fourth, everything, all those attempts added up to where I am at today. And this last attempt, which is the current Road to Glory run that you're watching, took me around 8 weeks, probably 10 weeks to barely get a $400 payout. And now I'm sitting at around $25,000 in payouts across multiple funded accounts across multiple months. But it all started with that one account. Done with the workout, boys. That was hard as hell, man. Japan has some crazy grading levels and my hands hurt. I'm rusty. I want you to ask yourself a question. Why are you trading exactly? I'm 100% sure it's not even about the money. It's about the freedom the money can bring. Thankfully, that freedom comes since day one in trading. You only need to dedicate maybe 1 to 2 hours on the charts with journaling, backtesting, forward testing, trading, watching videos. Only 1 to 2 hours is more than enough because we're trading to escape the 9 to 5. Why the fuck are we treating trading like a 9 to 5? It's super counterintuitive. Trading is something that you get rewarded for doing less. The more you do, the more susceptible you are to making mistakes, to being too much in your head. And with the answer to this question that you will ask yourself, why are you trading? You'll get a lot of insight towards your approach on the charts, because this in essence is the hardest thing about trading. Waiting, the patience, submitting to the wave of time, that's the most difficult part of trading, but it's the very thing that will catapult you towards the next level, towards the payout, towards the thing you most desire. It's that Kung Fu Panda thing where I think it's Po or the panda opens up the script and he realizes that the real dragon warrior was himself all along. He didn't need any external forces. It was within him all along. This is all it takes to following a strategy in trading. This is all it takes to be profitable in trading. If you really want to make a living out of this, then listen to what I'm saying. That's it for me, boys. I'll see y'all in the next video. Enjoy Tokyo. GG's.